Hey, Best Buddies staff. My name is Mitch O'Mara, and I currently sit on the Best Buddies Board of Directors, and I'm the current chair of the Young Leaders Council. I wanted to take some time for my team and I to explain a little bit more in depth about exactly what the YLC is, how we operate, our current initiatives, and how we help and support all of the Best Buddies staff. The Young Leaders Council is a diverse group of young leaders of all abilities who bridge the gap between the student perspective and the staff experience for Best Buddies International initiatives. Comprised of 26 members this year from around the United States, we conceptualize, design, and execute unique initiatives that apply to all aspects of the Best Buddies ecosystem: friendships, jobs, leadership, and living. Through targeted outreach, material development, and collaboration, the Council garners and synthesizes feedback to present and develop student-driven ideas and see them through to reality. Ultimately, the YLC is dedicated to the education, engagement, and empowerment of student leaders and Best Buddies through peer-to-peer support and innovation. To rephrase that into 3 simple ideas, my goals as chair for the YLC are to empower student voices, empower positive change within our community, and empower inclusive leadership. One of the greatest parts of my job as chair is to see the incredible ideas of chapter leaders come to life on the YLC and benefit individuals throughout the entire country. I believe the council is a testament to the power of student-driven leadership and the benefits it can have on our organization at both a national level, but also at a state and local level. My vision for the council after I leave is to not only have the YLC run projects of our own, but to provide the resources, education, and opportunities for leaders in any state to be able to be the best leaders that they can be. I think these goals directly impacts and involve staff at all levels as we work together to create the most successful chapters and advocates for inclusion as possible. How exactly does the council run and empower others? Well, like I said earlier, we truly are a diverse group of leaders from across the country, which provides us many opportunities to connect with different staff members and different student leaders. This year, we're comprised of 26 members from all levels of Best Buddies, from high school leaders to citizens chapter members, as well as from 13 different states across the country. We have also structured the council to better represent the 4 pillars of Best Buddies by creating subcommittees that mimic each pillar: friendship, leadership, jobs, and living. I believe this has allowed us as a council to better communicate with staff members at all levels, as our specific project teams know exactly what staff work in each area and have started to build connections with some of them. This year, we are also currently taking on roughly 14 different student-driven projects in which a majority of them are partnered with staff members. But the YLC has also accomplished a lot over the years since its inception. Every year, the YLC is incredibly active in the planning, creation, and execution of leadership conference materials and discussions. The YLC has led many college breakout topics, fireside chats, helped as speech coaches, and most recently contributed to virtual leadership conference this past summer by recording multiple pre-recorded sessions and leading a majority of the live discussions in the afternoon. The council members also love being that peer-to-peer resource for leaders, whether that be at leadership conference, through virtual engagement opportunities such as the Maddie and Garrett show, and occasional live sessions on our Instagram, or through recorded webinars such as the one over workplace etiquette or effective communication in your chapters. Most notably, however, the YLC stepped up over the past few months to help provide engagement and leadership opportunities for leaders throughout the COVID-19 pandemic when some staff members might not have been as accessible. Now, I wanted to give everyone a little bit of a breakdown of the current YLC initiatives, how they are beneficial to staff, and introduce my amazing co-chairs along the way. First up is the friendship pillar, which I actually have the pleasure to directly oversee as well. This year, the team of YLC members is focusing on 4 main initiatives with the goal to help provide resources to chapters so they can be successful. One of our main areas of focus that's significantly been improved over the last year is our presence on Instagram and social media. The goal for our Instagram account is to provide a consistent and reliable social media resource for chapter leaders to gain ideas, inspiration, and know how to get further involved in the mission of inclusion. Currently, the YLC is teaming up with different state Instagram accounts to feature YLC members within their state and talk about the projects they are working on, as well as leadership in general. My hope with this project is that in partnering with different states across the country, we increase motivation, awareness, and participation of student leaders in inclusive leadership within our chapters and our states. The second project that has gained a lot of traction recently is the push to form student advisory boards, SABs for short, in every state. SABs were established out in Texas and allow for student leaders to lead projects and initiatives at a state level very similar to that of the YLC. A few council members have been compiling and designing resources for states to provide more information on SABs, how successful SABs run, and to be assistants of newly formed SAB programs. The project is incredibly exciting because it empowers student leadership at state levels and helps staff by having a dedicated group of student leaders helping design change and success within the state. The team most recently had a Zoom call with numerous program managers from around the country to talk about student advisory boards and starting the creation of them within their states. The recording for this meeting is actually going to be posted in our SharePoint folder for all staff members to watch. Our third project most recently created an amazing promotional video highlighting the importance of Best Buddies elementary school programs and the need for inclusion to start at a young age. This group also created a document outlining ideas for virtual elementary school chapters for events and how to keep younger students engaged and hanging out within this virtual environment. This video has already been posted to the programs library and will also be added to the YLC page and can be utilized and accessed by staff for promotion within their state. Lastly, the friendship team has a longer lasting project revolving around transition programs within high school and having discussions about how to create the best friendships for these students. Our YLC members have the idea to potentially match buddies who are in senior plus or transition programs in their high schools to local community college or college chapters within the area. Their idea is that this would foster an even stronger friendship as those students would be matched in a friendship with another student going through very similar life phase and transitions. Currently, our members have been in contact with a few state offices and staff to talk over the ideas and how this would logistically work within chapters. Now, I know that was a really quick overview of all of our friendship designated projects we are working on and how they impact staff and the Best Buddies community. Again, I oversee all of these projects, so if you are incredibly interested in any of these initiatives, have any ideas or want to get involved, please, please, please reach out to me because I am always love to talk anything Best Buddies. We're also super interested in any and all projects states are working on as well, and would always be interested in learning more about how we can get involved and help in any way possible. Now, I want to introduce and turn it over to one of my amazing co-chairs, Kylie Sanchez, who oversees everything jobs and YLC related. Take it away, Kylie.
Thank you, Mitch. Hi, everyone. My name is Kylie Sanchez. I'm one of the co-chairs of YLC, and I'm currently overseeing the projects that we file with the jobs pillar. We have 4 initiatives that are in the works, and the first one I want to highlight is our Business and Celebrity Initiative. Our goal of this project is to encourage celebrities and businesses to utilize their platforms by representing those with IDD. We have worked with Mark Wiley in sharing our insights of celebrities that we believe would be great to reach out to and use their platforms. We are now in the process of reaching out to businesses to encourage them to feature those with IDD in their promotional materials. The next project is called Benefit, and our main goal is to show how those with IDD can be a great fit in the workplace. We are starting this initiative out by surveying companies that have and have not hired those with IDD to get their opinions on hiring those with IDD. This survey will touch upon topics such as what they look for when hiring applicants. The information gathered from these surveys will help us curate a toolkit that those with IDD can reference in order to improve their resumes and profiles as job applicants. The toolkit will include resources such as videos on how to dress professionally, work tips, and even mock interviews based on the information gathered from the surveys. Another component to this project is having a blog site for businesses to review that will capture success stories of those with IDD who are employed and highlight benefits of hiring those with IDD. Our overall goal of this blog site is to encourage those businesses to consider hiring those with IDD. Our third project is relatively new. We have been working with ideas that are more focused on legislative aspects such as civic engagement. And this idea was produced after encouraging those with IDD to utilize their right to vote during the most recent election. We love the momentum of our social media event that we hosted, and we wanted to keep running with it. So we are creating a how to register to vote info sheet so that those who turn 18 with or without disabilities can reference the sheet and be aware of the different avenues and steps to follow in order to register to vote. Lastly, our fourth initiative also falls under a legislative aspect, and the primary focus is to inspire those with IDD to become self-advocates. We plan on interviewing those with IDD who are self-advocates to understand why and how they became self-advocates. We will be recording these interviews, posting them on our YouTube channel, and documenting any resources they state in their interviews on a resource sheet for those with IDD to reference on the side. That is all I have from my initiatives. If anything caught your eye or you have any additional ideas you would like to share with us YLC members regarding the jobs pillar, feel free to reach out to us. We love any and all input. Now, on to our amazing co-chair, Alfonso Murphy.
Hi, Best Buddies family. My name is Alfonso Murphy, and I am one of the co-chairs on the YLC. I am super blessed to work with an amazing group of leaders that help benefit the mission of inclusion and specifically promote inclusive leadership. My role on the council is to oversee and coordinate all projects related to leadership. The first project I want to highlight was our expansion chapter support team. This project is centered around providing one-on-one support for chapter leaders in expansion states across the country. We have worked closely with expansion staff to identify chapters and want to eventually expand the expansion chapters and newly opened chapters across the country. The goal to help provide additional peer-to-peer support on top of program manager assistance and help to be a resource for leaders in your state. The second project I'm overseeing is the creation of 3 speech training videos in order to facilitate on your own virtually speech training. The videos will be focused on finding your mission, how to write a speech, and how to give a speech. These videos could be utilized both by participants across the country, but also by leaders and staff to assist in training and leading in-person speech trainings. Lastly, some of the YLC members are working with staff overseeing the ambassador programs to help strengthen and promote the program across the country. The main focus will be to help unify ambassador programs and recruitment in order to enhance transparency and the number of members involved. Additionally, we are trying to highlight ambassadors from different states to showcase advocacy across the country and highlight how different states utilize ambassador talents. I always love talking with different Best Buddies members and would love to partner and work alongside any staff members that are interested in these projects. Now, Hannah, want to tell us more about the Living While C Innovation Pillar?
Hello, thank you so much, Fonzo. My name is Hannah Flynn. I am a co-chair on the Best Buddies Young Leaders Council, and my main projects focus is overseeing and helping with living and innovation pillar projects. One of the most amazing things we've just started is components of healthy living. So this initiative is currently creating an informational on components of healthy living, such as exercise and transportation, which is so important for those in the IDD and those outside of the IDD community to learn. We're not all gifted with those resources from parents or from other people around us. And sometimes I think that it's great that we as Best Buddies family would be able to give this information out. Along with compiling resources to help those with and without IDD be able to have a healthy life. So these would be credited resources along with informational, so it makes it easier to just get kind of a summary, and then if someone wanted to go more deep into it, we could see the resources. So another wonderful group that we've been working in is Ylc Blogs, and it's a strong and talented group of writers who want to inform others on important events within the disability community. Working with staff, we hope to begin posting more on the Daily Best on a consistent level. And that would be something that would be awesome if any staff members ever wanted to reach out and help, maybe give us a highlight of a story they've heard. Anything like that, we would love, love, love to connect. So Ylc YouTube, they're another amazing group. It consists of 2 groups responsible for posting, and it's Buddy Breakdowns and Chapter Tricks. Buddy Breakdowns goes from buddy pairs across the country, and they're consistently highlighted. And I think that shows that no matter what's happening right now, Best Buddies is still around and friendship is still around. So that's such an important thing for us as a group in Ylc to be able to do and give a safe space for those who want to feel more normalized. And also over Zoom calls for Chapter Tricks, we give resources and tips to be successful Best Buddies chapter presidents and leaders, which is, again, so, so important. And another thing that would really, really be helpful is now, since everything is online anyways, those videos are something that a chapter leader or even a chapter advisor could pull out and show to their whole buddy group and their whole officer team, because that's something that it's given from successful leaders. And I'm so proud for that. They do amazing. Next, we have mental health resources. So this is a group dedicated to providing resources for those in the IDD community after we found a lack of support groups for those with IDD and who have mental health concerns. So we will be providing short but informational resources and tips to upkeep one's mental health. Right now, we are trying to format this either to put it into Instagram or maybe even for a video on our YouTube. So that is the list of projects that the Living Innovation Pillar is working on right now. I would be more than excited if anyone was to reach out and if they had any resources, any help, any information that could go towards this, that would be of the utmost importance and amazingness. So on to Mitch. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Hello again. I hope the last few minutes were beneficial, insightful, and highlighted aspects in which the Ylc and Best Buddies staff have worked together and will continue to work together to help further the mission of inclusion. The last major update I wanted to share is that the Ylc will now have our own SharePoint folder for all of the staff to access. My hope is that this will provide easier communication and access to our documents, resources, and trainings we create, as well as provide even more transparency as to what is going on with the Ylc. Our meeting minutes and other useful documents will be regularly uploaded, so please feel free to look through anything and reach out if you ever want to talk about anything the Ylc is doing. I've also provided our contact information. The best way to reach the Ylc is to either directly email myself or Holly, or to email the Ylc's email account. Like we mentioned earlier, we are very active on social media, and that is another great way for staff and students alike to keep updated on what we are doing. Thanks again for taking the time to hear about what the Ylc can do for you, and I'm looking forward to working together over the next year.